Hello.
Hello.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound very crystal clear.
I think it's because I'm curled up on my couch with the microphone very close to me.
Okay. I was listening to our most recent episode and I'm all over the place. Like I'm not on mic like the whole time. Like you can hear it. I go from here to here to here. Like it's awful. So I'm going to try to be better about that. I'm sorry, guys.
I haven't listened to it.
I
So I
just
didn't
start like,
notice.
yeah, I was just, listening to the sound of my own voice because it's my favorite thing to do.
Of course. Me
No,
too.
it's your
So
favorite
awkward.
thing ever. Yeah, no. But I'm glad I did because then I got to hear it. I listened for things like that. And so now I know I was like all over the place and not staying on mic. And
How
so
was my audio? Was it bad or good?
yours
'Cause I was
yours
really
was fine. Yours was
okay.
fine. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We're here tonight to have our first Fat Friday episode.
Hashtag Fat Friday.
And I don't know. I don't know when the last one was.
Months, right?
Yeah, like I mean, I think it had to have been back in like early January. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
almost January. That'd been like a year ago. I don't
I
think
don't know.
so.
No, it
But
couldn't
I
have
will
been.
say, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but didn't my 600 pound life and 1,000 pound sisters kind of debut around the same time the
They
last time we
did.
recorded?
They did.
Right. Okay.
So I think like if I remember December was supposed to be there were supposed to be the season premiere of 600 Pound Life was supposed to be in December, like early December, and then it just wasn't on, and they didn't put it on until like January or maybe even February. And it was just very weird. Like I don't know what happened there, but
Yeah.
so that all sounds right.
Hmm.
If 1,000 Pound Sisters debuted today or yesterday or whatever this week, perhaps they're gonna come back with My 600 Pound Life soon.
And somebody commented on the Fraudcast that it's looking like February. So I don't know how legit that is, but thank you to the listener that answered her question from the last episode.
It's looking like February for
600 pound life.
oh, okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. Okay.
But we'll still continue on the Fat Friday.
Fat Fridays when whatever else, comes up.
Fat year, fat month, fat forever fat
I'm going
hashtag.
into my forever fat season where I
Yes.
subsist solely on chocolate and cheese.
I just ate 3 of these Trader Joe's cookies that are like the JoJo cookies, but then they're covered in chocolate and peppermint. I don't
Ooh,
know. It was an impulse buy, and I ate 3 of them. So I'm
nice.
all jacked up on sugar. I
Nice.
never am.
You don't eat sugar.
I
Like,
don't.
yeah. I ate myself a lot of sugar we had our like holiday parties yesterday. And so the first one was like a dessert reception type thing. So it was just like all of the sweets. So it's like my dream come
Ooh,
true. Yeah. So there's peppermint bark and, like thin mint covered chocolate covered pretzels and it's just like all kinds of yummy goodness and
that sounds
macaroon.
delicious.
Yeah, it was all kinds of deliciousness. So I just ate a ton of that, and then that was followed by like a dinner thing, a smaller one that was like just my office, and so that was at like this Mexican restaurant, and so it was like I ate in reverse order, all the desserts, and then I followed up with like a whatever it was I had, chicken tinga quesadilla or something, really good, but
Nice.
yeah.
As we talk about Fat Friday
I
and all
know,
the food
right?
we're eating.
Subsisting on cheese and chocolate. Um, yeah. So 1,000 Pound Sisters.
Yeah, season 5, episode 1.
Here we are.
I can't believe it. Bringing home the bacon. I will say, are you just like, I mean, we've been following the sisters for a while now, but
Mhm.
just seeing Tammy again and how much
Yeah.
weight she's really lost, it's
Somebody
great.
somebody commented that it was like she looks like she's lost so much weight and yet is still so big at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I feel like that's a really accurate way to put it because she has lost so much weight, but because of the way, her body is, coming down from that, I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, she's petite, loose skin,
she's very short.
and
She's not petite,
yeah.
she's very short.
How
Yeah.
tall is she?
I don't know. I don't know. But they
Oh,
referenced her being short.
yeah. And then when she finally stood up next to everybody, because she didn't really stand up much without the
Mm-mm.
walker before, we could really
Right.
see.
Yeah.
My guess is like 5'2". That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Yeah, that's not maybe.
5'1", 5'2".
Yeah.
I
Um,
don't know.
so going into this episode now, I had completely forgotten going into it that Caleb, they have since not only divorced, but he has since passed away.
Yes.
And I completely forgot that until going into it, and I'm like making fun of him and stuff. And then I'm like, I mean, I still made fun of him afterwards. Come on, because that sunflower poem was fucking ridiculous.
I thought it was beautiful.
Oh my God, you were like, it was just
I did get a little teary-eyed. I was like, oh,
fuck off.
but then I
It
still made an AI of
was so bad.
image.
Um, but I mean, obviously, I didn't feel bad enough to stop making fun of him. But I was like, oh shit, that's right. She got divorced and he died.
Did they actually get divorced or they were in the process of getting divorced?
I don't know
I
if
don't
it.
think they ever fully
I don't,
divorced.
I don't know.
Yeah. But either way, and then I've got
Tell
some
death do
gossip.
his part, I guess.
I know, right? And I've got some gossip on, well, not gossip, but some
Tea.
updates on Amy too.
What?
Crazy. Well, I guess we'll start off by talking about what happened last season because
Okay.
it's a good refresher. Previously,
Yeah.
we see Tammy having her surgery,
Hmm.
and then we see Chris wanting to lose weight to have his skin removal surgery.
Uh-huh.
And Amy is completely overwhelmed and stressed out, exhausted, feeling like
Hmm.
she's not getting any help. And then Tammy gets engaged to Caleb and then marries him.
Right.
So that
Refresh.
was, yeah, the last season
Hmm.
for those who don't remember. Um,
Or those just joining us.
great.
If this is
Yeah.
your first Fat Friday, welcome.
Welcome. Yeah. So the episode starts off where we see Tammy and Caleb laying in separate beds in the rehab
Oh my
center. And they're like staring into each other's eyes, looking like they're so in love. It's so damn
And
cute.
he's talking about just keep riding me. Just think about riding me, riding me, riding me till you're exhausted. I'm like,
First of all, thank you for saying that part because I wrote it out and I didn't want to say it. So,
oh, I'll say that shit. Oh my God, no, no. Like that's just no. I
but
don't
it'd
want.
be a good workout. I mean, that's come on top. That takes a lot of
Oh,
leg power,
yeah, like
stamina.
like the rubbing trachs and the way that I don't know how they worked it. I don't know, but I don't know. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they're
Yep.
talking about how they can't sleep in the same bed because it's not safe.
It's not safe. I was like, oh my God.
I mean, is that putting it mildly? Like that seems like there's 1,000 reasons why they shouldn't be. I mean,
Well, then like not to jump ahead, but then later on, Amanda was talking about, Tammy, you can have a sleepover with Glenn and what's his name? My
Glenn
brain.
engaged.
Gage. And you
Yeah.
need like a California king or whatever. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking like that ain't safe either. Like the kids in the bed with Tammy. Anyways. Yeah.
And then they're
Anywho.
talking about the sheets, the silky sheets, which she would most definitely slide right off of. I've had those sheets before.
We need
Oh,
Wes. We need Wes to talk about his silky sheets.
oh my God.
But she is.
We should have had him come on. Um,
You've had silky sheets before.
oh God, they were big in Korea when we were living in Korea. They were big there. So I had them from there. And you do in fact slide off them. But could you imagine Tammy and Caleb
No, I cannot.
in a bed with those sheets?
I cannot. Ah,
Okay.
yep.
All right.
I miss Amy and Tammy's humor. When Tammy was sitting there for her interview, she was talking about farting in front of Caleb, so she must really love him. She's like, I'll burp in front of anybody, but I'll fart in front of him. I'm like, oh my
That's how
goodness.
you know it's love. Yeah, guys. I mean, maybe that's your own personal brand. And if obviously you should be able to do so in front of, with them without them like passing judgment on you for passing gas, I think. But I'm not one of those that like thinks it's hilarious and funny. Like it happens,
Mm-hmm.
and I fart in my sleep. So I mean I can't help that.
Right. Don't we all? We've been holding it in all day.
you know but it's not something like we set out to do. Like we try intentionally. We don't pee with the door open. We don't pee with each other in the room. Like we're just that's just how we prefer to
That's
keep.
your dynamic.
That's our dynamic. It's everybody
Mm-hmm.
to each their own, whatever works for you.
Yeah,
Anyway.
definitely. Well, I thought it was cute that we saw Tammy and Caleb going to the rehab gym together.
Oh my god. But there was no staff there, and there needed to be staff because
They needed a spotter.
the way that Tammy was pulling on the lap bar.
Uh-huh.
Supposed to be like this, and she's got it up and down instead of out to the side.
If you guys could only see Katrina's hand gestures.
See my hand gestures, baby. So no, it's supposed to be horizontal to the ground or parallel to the ground, right? And she had it vertical to the ground.
It
And
reminds me of those like Planet Fitness gone bad videos. Do you
oh,
know
those are
the
hilarious.
social media posts? Yeah, with people in the gym. But she does it. So Tammy says she lost
That's what my Planet Fitness looks like because I go to a Planet Fitness and it's right next
uh-huh,
to a high school. And so if I make the mistake of going past like noon, like the high school kids start to show up. And
uh-huh.
so it's like all of these like 13, 14, 15-year-old boys like running around the gym doing that stupid shit. So I try to very hard not to go before or not to go after like
Be
when
good entertainment.
no, because I can't work out on anything because there's just like these kids everywhere. They're just crawling everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Anyway,
So Tammy lost almost 300 pounds in 15 months. So her current weight is 430 pounds.
it's
And
impressive.
she says, yeah, she's like, every day I'm making changes, I'm getting stronger. And you can obviously see it when she's actually trying to walk. Whereas
Yeah,
before she was not walking at all. She wanted to sit in her
clearly
wheelchair.
her attitude has completely changed. And now that she's had some success, like see how proud she is of herself of having done the work and how she's continuing to do it and stuff. Like she clearly has been doing the right work on it. Like something finally clicked and she got that moment and that I think it's great. I just
Yeah, it's really heartwarming. And even like Caleb, I noticed he looked smaller too from last season, which was good. So we see Tammy has her trach out.
Yes, she got her
Caleb,
trach out.
while Caleb still has his in,
Mhm.
sadly. So we find out that because Tammy has her trach out, she's able to go home. Uh, and she's happy, she's smiling, she's really excited. And the
Yeah.
next day, Caleb has his appointment, and he's going to talk to his doctor about whether or not he can have his out, which means he'll be able to go home too if he does get his out. Yeah.
And
Dun, dun,
that's
dun.
that's a no. He doesn't get his trach out and he doesn't get to go home with Tammy.
Right.
Wah, wah, wah.
The scene switches and we see Amy and her family getting pics together with a professional photographer and Gage running around like a normal toddler.
Those kids just like flipping out at the end. I was like, I feel that. I bet you did. Like
I felt it in my soul.
the kids having tantrums. You're like, oh, that's it. That's
I mean,
it.
I literally just dealt with that all night. And then here we go. I'm watching a show and I'm getting anxiety, you know?
You're like, wait, no, what?
At
What?
one point, Kaya was like, why is the baby crying? I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
Because you won't stop crying.
Yeah.
No,
I was like, he's sad, but he's
he's
okay.
sad because you won't stop crying and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Um.
Um, poor
Anyway,
Amy.
so
Poor
I was
Amy.
watching this right, and I remember I was going like, wait a minute, why are they getting family pictures when they're divorced? And then I remember that the divorce hasn't happened yet.
Right? I
I
know.
mean, previews for like what's to come, but yeah, we know going into this that um Amy and Michael get divorced. So
Mm-hmm. Yep. And well, Amy talks about after Glenn was born, Michael didn't really help much. And not only did she have to deal with one child, she had to also at the same time feed and deal with the other baby as well. And that's a lot on somebody. Well,
yeah,
I guess Michael was just twiddling his thumbs and
Michael's just being just like a bump on the log. Like
yeah,
we
which
had
is
it as a
crazy
bingo
because
square of Michael being useless.
really,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good because remember in the past, in the other seasons, we've seen him pushing Tammy around. We thought
Right,
for a
but
while he
they
was
started
supportive.
showing like when after the news broke that they were getting divorced, like in real time, like they started like the scene started showing him like showing that unfolding,
Mm-hmm.
of him being just completely useless, and so much so that we made it a bingo square was
Yeah,
Michael being
because
useless.
do you remember that one barbecue they had? I think it was last
Mhm.
season where he
Yeah,
just sat there and like
yeah.
Amy couldn't eat. She's trying to feed. She's crying.
She got crying baby. She can't eat. Then he's yes, literally sitting there like a bump on a fucking log.
Yeah. I think, oh, never mind.
What?
I was gonna give out some advice to the listeners, but whatever.
God.
It's not bad, but like if you don't have any kids and you have a friend that has a child, like people want to know how they can help the mom out. Just like hold the baby while the mom eats. I know it sounds crazy. Just I don't know. Let the mom have 5 minutes to scarf down food. That helps.
Well, the first time you and I met, I was like immediately grabbing Kaya away from you anyway.
I know, right?
I
My
was like, I
friend,
just met you. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna steal your baby. Okay. You're like,
yes,
go
yeah,
ahead.
please do. Don't go far, but hold
Yeah,
her.
it's fine.
No, that's like my friend who does it. She comes in and just swoops up Kaya and she knows
Mhm.
what to do. And I'm like, oh,
Yep.
I can eat.
Yeah,
Anyways,
two hands. Woo,
are you
woo.
listening, Michael? I guess you guys aren't together. You're not listening, but still.
Yeah.
Anyhow, okay. So Amy was crying, saying like this isn't what she signed up for. And she's scared that when Tammy comes home, it's going to be a lot of responsibility on her. Her
Mhm.
life is
Always
already
is.
chaotic with no support.
Mhm.
I don't know. I really empathize with her in that moment a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Because you could feel it. Like you could feel it viscerally. Like she takes care of their mom, who's a piece of work in herself. And then
That's actually putting
got
it nicely.
yeah, the two little ones that are, both in diapers. And then um, all of her own shit, whatever. She got Michael, which is more work to take care of, like he's just an extra kid, and that
Hmm.
she has to actually deal with. It'd be better if he was just not in the picture because
Which I totally agree with.
one less person for her to have to deal with and clean up after and all that stuff. Um, and then add Tammy coming home on top of that and her having no idea how much, what kind of help Tammy's going to need.
Mhm.
Because she's never lived with her like this. So she doesn't know, she knows from in the past, and we've seen bits and pieces of things that Amy did for Tammy, like calling her doctors and getting her meds and things like that, like that stuff that like Tammy should very well have been doing. But like things like that, like Tammy's clearly made some changes. So is she going to do all of that? Amy doesn't know any of this at this point, right? She
Right.
doesn't know what she's going to walk into
Well,
with
do you
Tammy.
remember last season when Amy was trying to call her doctor and Tammy was TikToking or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And
Yeah.
then like she went off on her. I mean, I can't
Like
believe
she's
how much
talking to
Tammy's
your
changed.
doctor about your medication or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm busy. I'm on the TikTok or whatever. Oh my God. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Hetero Life Mate here. Drizzly, we've talked to you about this before. Drizzly is the go-to app to get drinks delivered, especially during the holidays. They offer one of the widest selections of beer, wine, and spirits available, and the shop's curated. There's gift guides, there's recommendations from experts, and you can discover drinks from all of your holiday festivities delivered right to your door with Drizzly. The mistletoe margarita, the Scrooge driver, the North Pole punch. Which drink is best for the holidays? The answer? All of them. And luckily, you can get everything you'll need delivered with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. Whether it's classics like the Bullier Bourbon, Don Julio Reposado, or Cattell One, or something new, fruitcake flavored tequila, anyone? They really have it. Okay, maybe not that. But you can get the drinks that you do want to match any holiday festivity on Drizzly. Sending a gift to your family, friend, or coworker, hosting some friends for an ugly sweater party, restocking your bar, you name it, Drizzly has you covered. Shop curated gift guides, get recommendations from experts, and get more on Drizzly. So download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com to choose your drinks today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
And now back to the Fraudcast.
Do you notice how much Gage is a spitting image of Michael, by the way? Like
Yes.
the older he gets.
Oh my God, the way he walks, the way, yeah. Like, oh.
Yeah. They were showing the scene of Amy and Gage in the backyard running around playing
Mhm.
while they're FaceTiming Tammy. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Gage falling out of the wagon. Very on brand. Very on brand.
Yes. So when Amy was talking to Tammy, she's like, you got your drink out. Oh, that whole nasty. I was like, oh my God.
Yes. Oh, fast forward to when Tammy comes home and she's like, "Hey, everybody, put your finger in my hole."
That's like when I got my defibrillator and
Yeah.
it's on my ribs on the side, and I was
You're
like,
like,
everybody
"Feel it,
touch
feel
it.
Come feel it. Come feel it. Come
My
on.
coworkers are like, no, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't need to feel it. Thanks.
It's just like, so it's like, you gotta touch it. Yeah, that hole looked like pretty cool though. I
No,
mean, not cool,
no.
but you know what I mean? Just
For
like,
you, no.
I love
Not
that.
for
Like,
me. No. I'm
yeah.
like, I'm okay, thanks. No. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Borowski.
Well, Tammy tells Amy that Caleb can't come home because the strake's not coming out. And Amy was like, good, you need to put yourself first. And Caleb needs to put himself first. Take care of yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to the scene with Amanda making Tammy's bed. So we find out that Tammy's going to be moving into a rental house that I guess Amanda used to live in.
Something, or
Yeah.
it was Amanda was like, she's gonna move into my old house, and they didn't specify how or what. Like, is it free? Like, does Amanda own it, and Tammy's gonna pay rent? Like, they didn't clarify any of that stuff. So whatever, it's a house that was in the family for some reason. So
Then we see the silky sheets and her son's looking super awkward while their mom is sliding around on
you
the
think?
sheets. Awkward.
Awkward.
Well, then we see Chris sitting up the ramp outside, which was funny
That ramp did
because
not look like it was gonna hold Tammy.
no. And they flash back to the scene of the vacation that they were all on when
Right.
Tammy could not make it up the stairs. There was like 3 steps.
And she had that freak out in the van and wouldn't leave the van.
And then she like stopped filming and went MIA. Remember? She like left the vacation and
Yeah,
stayed in
that's
the
right. They turned up
hotel.
at a hotel somewhere. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it was crazy to see the change in Tammy. Her
Yeah.
anxiety levels way better.
Yeah, yeah. Just and so like, and just to, fast forward just a little bit, the way she handled, like, okay, Caleb couldn't come home with her, right? So she was upset and that and whatnot, but she didn't like freak out about it. She handled it well emotionally. And then when they're at home and there was that when Amy blows up at Amanda, Tammy handled that situation really well too. Like, she kept her cool for that too. It's like, God damn, she's really done some work.
No, she
Because she
really has.
used to flip out and be like, and then make it worse on everything. And now she's just like, well, not to make it, be selfish, but it should have been about me. And, and she just calm and rational, I was like, what the hell?
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
We did not see the same Tammy. And in the past too, remember how she was like drinking and partying with those shady people?
Yes.
I'm not saying that she was like drunk or high the whole time, but I feel like being sober and focused on whatever.
Clearly had some kind of change, like the thing that hits, like, us, me as an alcoholic, right? Like the thing that hit me that like finally snapped me into, getting help and things like that, right? Like having that moment, like she clearly had her moment where that hit her.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm like, I feel that in my soul because
Yeah.
I said the exact same thing. In the beginning when I didn't have words to articulate all of the feelings and things that were happening with my addiction at the time, that's the only way I could describe it. So I felt that like when she was talking about that and just like the change, because she mentions that when she's on the phone with Amy, right? She's talking about Caleb needs to have his own sort of come to Jesus moment or whatever. She had hers, now he needs to have hers. Amy had hers, and so it's down the line. So I really was like, okay, that's awesome for her, because clearly she's done some work and she's made some changes.
Yeah, and it seemed like Tammy was a lot more independent emotionally, physically, but also Caleb seemed like he was more dependent upon Tammy. Did you notice that?
We're talking about a guy who literally stalked her and got himself admitted to that rehab.
That's right. I forgot
Be
about
with
that.
her. Okay. So we're not talking about somebody with a normal psyche.
I
Okay.
completely forgot
Remember
about
that time
that.
he stalked her and
Yes.
got himself admitted there?
Yes. That's right.
I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Well, he's determined. There's some motivation.
I don't know, but maybe not
Unhealthy.
the
Unhealthy,
right.
but
And maybe not the right motivation, but
right.
Mm, takes what it takes, I guess. But
Exactly. Well, we find out that Amanda had her gastric bypass 8 years previously, and she gained a lot of weight since. She kind of fell off the wagon. So she's looking at having her gastric bypass revised.
Mhm.
And I did notice, this is not like me being mean, but I did notice that has put on some weight even since the last
Yeah.
season. As have I. So
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not making any judgments about anybody's weight,
right.
Um,
And Misty also is looking at having surgery, I guess, but she's been a smoker for many years, so she can't pass the smoke screen just yet.
yep.
Amanda,
Like Angela from 90 Day
right? Michael,
when she had to quit smoking
you
to
mean
get
when she
her.
lied about
Yeah,
quitting
and
smoking?
she was smoking the morning of, and I'm like, that could like actually like really be harmful, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I
It
don't know a lot about that. Obviously, I'm not a
it
medical doctor, but
it doesn't help the healing process. I'll say that much. Smoking can increase
that I
risk of it.
remember from back when I was a smoker and I had surgeries and stuff. They had told me, don't smoke right after surgery or whatever. And
Yeah.
don't smoke after. I mean, don't smoke at all, obviously, was their suggestion, but
Mm-hmm.
at least not them because it could impede the healing. Now, I quit smoking when I was diagnosed with MS. So, but it was hard as fuck. I'll tell you that, man. It is hard.
Yeah, I
It's hard.
smoked too. It took me 4 times to really be done. But yeah, I mean, it's hard.
It
It's
is
really
hard.
hard.
It is.
Addiction's addiction. So obviously these people are addicted to food. They're addicted to cigarettes.
Yeah.
It is what it
Yeah.
is.
And they have really unhealthy dynamics and coping mechanisms. And that's exactly alcoholics. I can't
Mm-hmm.
speak for Overeaters Anonymous or any of the other, whatever, but I can speak for me as an alcoholic and my experience around alcoholics. The substance is a substance. It's like the same. It's all the same. Like
Addiction is addiction.
the
Yeah.
my childhood was very different than Amy and Tammy's, but I still ended up an addict, because I was maladapted to life, right? They don't have this, they're maladapted. They can't figure it out, right? They have unhealthy coping mechanisms. They eat. They don't, you can see it in the way they interact with each other. They don't communicate in any healthy kind of way. So,
Right. Yep.
yeah. And I had that in my own respects, in my own story,
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
addiction is addiction.
Yep. Well, Chris makes a joke that the family dinners got cheaper or will be cheaper when everyone gets their surgeries and
I had this pause for the longest time because I was waiting for Melissa and and Natasha, and I had it paused at the very beginning where they were doing the previously on, and they were showing the barbecue where they cooked the gator tail, and
My God.
did I send you? I should because you as the vegetarian, here's this half of a
Pescatarian,
gator.
but
Here's a gator on on a barbecue grill for you.
oh my God.
I
I
had to
was like,
pause there for
oh,
so long. It was disgusting. Anyway,
it's
go
all
ahead.
good. I ate gator once years ago.
Yeah, I think I had it when I was in Florida. But
Disgusting.
yeah.
All right. So Chris and Brittany go to pick up Tammy from the rehab center and they finally see her and how wonderful she looks. Chris gives her a big hug and he's able to kind of get his arms around her, which is the first time he's been able to do that in a while. And he says he can't
Yeah.
even remember her being any smaller. That's how much weight she's lost or how long she's been as big as she's been.
Yeah. Yeah. And she
So
like
cute.
stood up and was able, yeah, like all of that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're sending me the gator picture
I am
now.
sending you a gator picture.
Oh,
Yeah, it's disgusting on so many levels, but particularly I would imagine for a vegetarian. So sorry not to. I mean, if I was really sorry, I wouldn't have said it.
no, it's all good. It's funny.
um, um, any Tammy something.
Yeah, so she is leaving with Chris and she says she doesn't know the next time she'll see Caleb. She has no idea when she'll see Caleb again.
Right.
Because what was the drive? Like it's a long distance
Yeah, it's in
between the rehab center.
Ohio, and
Yeah.
they live in Kentucky somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then when Tammy says her goodbyes to Caleb, she's like begging him to get the trach out, and Caleb looks so sad. They were both crying, and he told her he didn't want to be a burden to her.
Sunflower poem. Sunflower, sunflower. You're.
Oh, I wrote it all down. Did you like me to read it for you?
I would like a dramatic reenactment, please.
Oh God. Okay. I'm not an
Wait, let's
actor.
take a quick break and then come right back. Hey, Fraudcasters. With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. School's back in session, you're running around all over the place. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Relish the best of autumn with fall flavors. They're limited time only hearty comfort meals featuring seasonal veggies, meals like cranberry pecan chicken and apple Dijon pork chops, which, by the way, I just had for dinner tonight. Fantastic. Ready in just 2 minutes, they'll satisfy your fall cravings during the busy season without the hassle. You can even level up with gourmet plus options prepared to perfection by chefs ready to eat in record time. Treat yourself to the upscale meals with premium ingredients like broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus. Head to factormeals.com/fraudcast50 and use code fraudcast50 to get 50% off. That's fraudcast50 at factormeals.com/fraudcast50 to get 50% off. Hey, Fraudcasters. I love the holidays, but shopping is always a daunting task, especially right now when life is so lifey and crazy busy and the kids' schedules are all over the place. So I was so excited when Skims announced its biggest holiday gift shop ever. This shop is going to make all my holiday shopping so easy this year, and I might get a little something for myself while I'm at it. You will find the perfect present for everyone on your list in the Skims holiday gift shop. Sisters, moms, dads, boyfriends, husbands, best friends, wives, even your pets, y'all. Skims is creating the next generation of underwear, loungewear, and shapewear. The Soft Lounge sleep set 2-piece pajamas in smoke sparkle print. Oh my God, these are amazing. And they come in these perfect little gift boxes ready to send. And I might pick up a set of my favorite, the cotton jersey boy short 5-pack with matching scoop bralette packs. Those are the most comfortable, and also those come in great little gift boxes ready to send too. Your favorite Skims staples like Fits Everybody Cotton, Soft Lounge, and Sleep are now available in cheerful colors and festive prints. Plus, Skims' signature holiday collections are back for the season and designed for the whole family. You've never been this cozy at home for the holidays. Collections are available in sizes double extra small to 4X for women, and unisex styles start at newborn sizing for children's styles. Skims makes holiday shopping so easy. With styles for everyone in the family, Skims Holiday Gift Shop is the destination for all of your gifting needs. Believe the hype. Skims has over 100,000 five-star reviews, and for a reason. Skims Holiday Gift Shop is now open at skims.com. Plus, get free shipping on orders over $75. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show, The Fraudcast, in the drop-down menu that follows. Hey, Fraudcasters, if you're racking your brain trying to think of the right present for someone, you're never going to go wrong with gifting the most comfortable sheets, clothing, and accessories that your friends and family have ever felt. I'm talking about Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth is the brand that has been featured on Oprah's Favorite Things 5 years in a row. And it's important to note that each year she featured a different product, whether it was the waffle bath towel bundle, the bamboo jogger pant, or their best-selling bamboo sheet set. These are made from viscose from bamboo. They're temperature regulating and they only get softer with every wash. All Cozy Earth products can be returned or exchanged within 100 days and include an additional 10-year warranty against defects. Can you just think of all of the people on your list that would love to receive Cozy Earth on a gift, which is pretty much, I don't know, everybody? Who doesn't want the most comfortable set of sheets ever? Whether it's the best-selling sheets, their life-changing luxury pajamas, ultra-comfortable joggers, plush lounge socks, which honestly for me, you could never go wrong with those, or their premium bath towel collection, you will love shopping and gift giving at Cozy Earth. And here's our gift to you this holiday season. Go to CozyEarth.com and enter code FRAUDCAST to save up to 40%. That's CozyEarth.com with code FRAUDCAST. CozyEarth.com.
We're back, and I am ready to try and reenact the Caleb poem.
The sunflower poem.
I am not an actor though, so this is going. I mean, I can make fun of Robin all day long, but
Well, okay. Dig deep and make fun of Caleb.
Okay. Sunflower, sunflower, God planted you a seed in a field full of many, but you he meant for me. Sunflower, sunflower, in fields full of green, representing the life that you have breathed inside your king. You're my sunflower. I'm sorry.
Dead. I'm straight dead. I can't.
I really tried.
Oh my God. That is the best thing I've heard this entire friggin' month.
I feel like we need an animation. We need some sort of like.
That was I feel like I need like birds chirping, like on the cartoons, the old school, old timey cartoons, and the birds would fly. And
I thought it was so sweet though. I mean, like, listen, I'm not into poetry, I'll be honest, but it seemed pretty deep to me, as deep as it can be coming from
a guy who's literally stalked Tammy.
Yeah.
Admitted to the rehab. Like, come on, this guy's not all there. And yeah, okay, I should feel bad because he's dead, but come on. Sunflower.
I'm gonna call you my sunflower, Katrina.
Okay. You're gonna start just spamming me with sunflower emojis.
I mean, I already did.
You did. You the Tammy AI.
I said so. Okay, on Instagram now, if you go to post a picture in your story, there's a little option. I don't know if it's released to everybody yet, but on my Instagram, it allows you to do an AI background change. So I saved a picture of Tammy. I was going to put it on my story, but not really, just use the filter. And then I typed in sunflower hat in a sunflower field. And then it just put the sunflower hat on her in a sunflower field.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway. Okay. So thank you for that dramatic reenactment.
You're welcome. Sorry. It was the best I could do
American
under pressure. Yeah. But okay, so Tammy's leaving the center and everybody's in their wheelchairs out in the hallway saying goodbye and like high-fiving her. And encouraging her, which was super sweet to see. Caleb says it's bittersweet. She's leaving. She's an inspiration. And then she just says, fuck it, I'm getting up. And she walked. Well, she doesn't really say fuck it. That's just
Yeah,
me.
but basically that's what happened.
Yeah, she like stepped out of her wheelchair and just walked the rest of the way, all the way to the van.
Yep.
Which
She
was
sure
cool.
did.
And Chris goes, that was the most he's seen her walk in 3 years.
Right? like her step counter just like tripled, right?
Right.
So then she's getting in the van and Chris was like, I think you can sit in the seat, and she wasn't sure she could, and she was able to. And it was like, oh my God, like,
Well, I feel like the old Tammy would have not even tried. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna try.
Yeah, totally. 100%. And she got there, not only was she trying and figuring it out, but she was also got there by walking and not having, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
she clearly changed.
Well, then they show the flashback of when they were all in the car and Michael was driving and she was sitting on the floor. Remember?
Because they were talking
Michael's
about it wasn't safe.
I'm sorry to laugh.
So
But
he
Michael
slammed
slammed on the brakes.
and Tammy goes flying in the back of the van to the front.
I was like, oh my God.
That scene to me is like this in the opening sequence of My 600-Pound Life. They show the clip of the person falling out of the cab, the big van cab.
Mm-hmm.
There's a clip where this person's like falling out of the cab, and this is that version. This is the Tammy and Amy version of the cab fall on Dr. House.
Yeah. And you forget how much weight Tammy lost until you see the flashbacks and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, and then they show them on the couch together, and they show the flashback of the two of them, like the first time they're on that couch, and how much it's changed, because of them and their or because of their weight loss. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Now this scene though was like I've never related harder to a scene in my entire life when Brittany's like, "Where are my snacks? Where are my snacks?" And they're like, "Oh, the bin's back there behind Tammy. We can't get to it." She's like, "We can't get to my snacks." And she's like legit mad. She's like, "We can't get to my snacks.
Yeah.
I'm hungry and I can't get to my snacks." And I've never related harder to a scene in my entire life. I swear to God, like, could my love language is snacks. So like it's my like number one favorite thing in the world is snacks, right? So, so when she couldn't get to her snacks, I was like, oh, I feel you, girl. I feel you.
I actually
stopping. I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna get the snacks and bring them back and put them on my lap.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I hide Diet Cokes in my trunk from Sam's Club, and that way I can't reach them. So they're in my trunk, but like it's only for special occasions. So I can't just like I can't drink diet sodies all day, you know what I'm saying? I have my Stanley cup of my water and then the sodies are in the trunk. Like some sort of illegal contraband. I'm hiding the sodies.
Hiding the sodies. Like I can't do that because I just don't have the restraint. Like I didn't get to be an alcoholic by being able to like only drink one beer. Like it's not like if there were 12 in the fridge, there were 12 in my belly. Like that was just how math worked, right? So I couldn't have like all, and have it be just for special occasions. That's not a thing. My brain.
Oh man.
So.
Well. Okay, so we see Tammy arriving home, which is awesome. And in typical Amy fashion, and her weird words that she likes to use, she's like, it's going to be a long learning curve instead of curve.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to make a meme of that.
Yep.
So Amy says that she's been taking care of Tammy, like cooking her meals, doing laundry in the past, things like that. So now she's going to have to do it all on her own. And she's really worried about her. She's, again, has kids, and Michael's a third child. So now she has to.
She doesn't know what she's going to like, but she knows it's going to fall on her. She doesn't know what the tasks are going to be, what Tammy's needs are going to be, but she knows that it's going to fall on her because it always does. Now, it always falls on her, I mean, obviously I don't know the dynamics and stuff, but it's also in the past, she has demonstrated very poor boundary setting
Enabling
So
behavior too.
yeah,
In
and
some
enabling
cases.
behavior. So she's like, okay, it's like always me and my fault. I always have to do all the things and stuff, but then you're also not setting appropriate boundaries to help prevent it. Like you have to do that if you can, you know what I mean? So
Definitely. No, you're right. 100%.
anyway, I mean, I know she's
Yeah.
trying. She's doing the best with what she can, and it breaks my heart for this next scene that you're about to talk about. Like, it breaks my heart because it's like she just tries. She's been trying so hard for so long to just have better. She just wanted kids and to have better for them than she had,
Mm-hmm.
and to do better. She's just busted her ass to do that all the time, and she with as little resources as she has. Right? She's not well educated. She doesn't have money. She doesn't, she's doing the best she can with what she's got, and she's doing a damn phenomenal job, I'd say.
All right, me too.
And then she's just like, so to have her like snap and crack right there because of the making fun of. Anyway, go ahead. I'll let you.
Yeah. So Amanda also commenting on Tammy when she gets out of the van, saying she's never been so excited to see loose skin on her in her life. And she forgot how short she is. Uh oh, and how cute was it that they had the ribbon for the
I
ramp?
thought that was adorable.
Yeah.
Adorable. Yeah.
All right, so then Tammy is reunited with the whole family, the kids, Gage, Glenn, everyone. Glenn is going a little crazy, playing, like a 2-year-old. Or Gage is going a little crazy,
Yeah.
playing like a 2-year-old,
Yeah.
and running into the walker and things like that. And Tammy's trying to, control the situation.
A
And
little overwhelming.
Michael's sitting there with the blank stare on his face, just I don't know,
Michael's sitting there
looking.
useless in the corner.
Yeah, just not doing anything.
Yeah, while everybody else is like trying to like bring stuff in the house and the kids are freaking out and yeah.
So, right. And then we see everyone in the kitchen. Well, the adults, some of them talking, Amanda, Michael, Amy, and everyone's joking around, making comments or whatever. And Amanda says to Amy, well, the good eye was looking at Chris. And the whole family is rolling laughing. Misty, Chris, everyone's talking about her good
Right.
eye looking at Chris. And I feel Misty said, Amanda, you just hurt her damn feelings. And then Amanda.
It's pissed here, right? She gets pissed, she gets up and she storms out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Amy said that her eyesight is her deepest insecurity and that she can never feel beautiful because of her eyesight. So we're looking
Right.
at Michael not doing anything, all of the stressors adding up, and then Amanda making one comment that just like threw her over the edge.
Yeah.
And it was a very unkind comment.
Well, okay, so yes, it was an unkind comment, but here's my issue, a little bit of an issue with that. Yes, all of those things are true, and poor Amy, like I'm 100% team Amy on this, but their family dynamic is such that those kinds of jokes are thrown around all the time.
100. Oh yeah,
They were
definitely.
just doing it, I forgot how short you were. I forgot, all of these things. Hey, bitch, and da 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 da. They say these things, and Amy was even just doing it similarly about things with Tammy and Chris or whatever. And this is their dynamic. It's not a healthy dynamic, but that's how they relate to each other, by making fun of each other and things like that. So I don't necessarily blame the family for doing it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that dynamic needs to be addressed, but that aside, like I can see how it would have happened and like a complete joke, because that's just how they interact with each other. But then, seeing how Amy reacted, okay, and she's laughed it off in the past. And what she needs to do is have a sit down with them and say, hey, this bothers me. This is an insecurity for me. It bothers me when you make fun of it. Please don't,
Right.
healthy boundary setting.
And I don't think she had that conversation because it seemed like
Yeah.
a shock to them. We're like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
We're just like
exactly.
joking around. What?
And that's exactly my point, is that, how were they supposed to know that it was such an insecurity with her when this is just how they normally react and interact with each other? And this has probably been something, they've made fun of her all the time. I get it. I totally understand why it's hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
But how could they have known if she hadn't set that boundary?
Definitely. Yeah.
That's my issue with it, with the whole thing. Like oh my God, Amanda shouldn't have said that. No, Amanda's saying it was completely normal,
And there, yeah.
in the situation. I don't think
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean, even
fair
early
to
on in the
say.
episode and rewatching it the second time, I see Amy making fun of Tammy's trach hole or
Mhm,
whatever, things like that. So, I mean, for all you know, Tammy could have been really upset about that because
right.
she's insecure about her trach or whatever.
The FaceTime
Yeah,
conversation. Exactly. She's like, oh damn. I looked up and the first thing I see is that damn ugly hole. Like, yeah, how does she know that that's not an insecurity for her, for Tammy?
yeah.
Same exact thing about, oh, one I was looking at Tammy's hole, one I was looking at Chris. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What I did not like was Amanda's reaction to it
mhm.
because she could have easily been like, whoa, like, okay, we always
Clearly I
make
hit
me.
a nerve.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, this is bothering you. Like, okay, I know it was supposed to be a joke, but
Yep.
sorry, I didn't know it offended you that much or whatever. But instead, she's like, I'm not the villain. I have this and that. I mean, there was no like
Right.
accountability at
Right.
all
Right.
and no kind of emotions around that. It was just not my
100%.
fault.
It was immediately like, yeah, like w- as soon as it happened and the reaction happened, Amanda should have seen that and gone, oh damn, like I went too far. Oh, I'm sorry. What happened? Like clearly, like her empathy as a sister should have kicked in when she saw
Right.
Amy's reaction. Like my empathy as just a viewer kicked in, watching her as a sister, she should have had that empathy and been able to,
Obviously, Amy was in the middle of a breakdown. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it was obvious it was not even just about that. So it's
yeah.
like,
And Amanda should have had the courtesy.
but then I remember growing up, they had the mother that they had, and we've met their mother. And I'm like, now I can learn why they don't know how to talk or handle
Yeah.
emotions or anything because their
They,
mom was fucking mean to them.
and
She
still
was so
is. Yeah.
mean. I know, yeah, it should say.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, mm, mm-mm.
Mhm.
Well, then Tammy's very upset because she feels disappointed they chose to focus on picking on each other and that she said, not to sound selfish, it was supposed to be about me and they made it about themselves, which you mentioned earlier.
Right.
And that
But
was,
yeah,
yeah.
it was good though that she handled it the way she did. Tammy was the least emotional person in that whole situation, which never happens. She's like
No.
the one flying off the handle, being completely irrational. And I'm not saying that Amy or Amanda are being irrational. I'm just saying that usually Tammy is irrational.
Yes, that
Wasn't
is true.
cool as a cucumber, like, well, shit. And even just on the interview, like, damn, should have been about me, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, the previews for the
Yes.
season seem interesting.
So we see Tammy and Amy breaking stuff in a rage room, which I feel like you and I should do
I feel like
sometime.
we should. Yeah, that would be good.
Yep. We see the family eating the Last Supper together, talking about family discounts at the doctor's office for all of their surgeries. They go on a family vacation where Tammy takes her first flight and goes to the beach for the first time.
Oh my God, that gave me the feels.
I know, me
Can you
too.
imagine? She's like, I'm at the beach, bitches. Like, she's getting to see it
Yes.
for real. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Amy's having a complete breakdown, overwhelmed and stressed about Michael not doing anything and being a mom with all the bullshit. And then Caleb says he's emotionally eating without Tammy there. And then the final scene, which looks wild, is we see Amy, Amanda, and Michael standing in the living room. Amy wanted her debit card back. They're in the middle of a fight. Michael would not give her debit card back. Amanda gets involved, and then we see Tammy calling the police. And Amanda looked like she was about to tackle Michael or
Yeah.
punch him in the face, either
And
or.
remember that Amanda just got divorced from Michael's brother. So there's some
Yes.
history there too. So
Shit's
ooh.
about to get
Did they get a
real.
2-for-1 discount with the divorce lawyer?
That's true. Family law attorney. Yes,
Family
exactly.
discount with the family lawyer.
Right? It's a twofer. Buy one, get one. BOGO.
Bogo divorces.
BOGO divorces.
Yeah.
Uh,
And so, yeah, the upcoming season, the season looks good. So I am excited.
yeah. And Amy, so I've been doing a little checking up on her.
Mm.
So she's been dating somebody for 8 months now who lives with
Oh.
her and the kids.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Don't know his story, like as far as like what he does or whatever, but his name is what is it? Tony. I don't have my glasses on, guys. Bear
Oh,
with me. Oh, where am I? Tony Rogers.
okay.
Yeah,
That
Tony
sounds like a
Rogers.
completely made up name.
It sounds like a football player. Maybe like Tony Romo and Aaron Rodgers put together.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, so she's been posting stuff on her social media, like cryptic messages and stuff on TikTok and whatnot. There's a picture of him here. I'll send this to you, holding the babies.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Very awkward. Actually, you know what? Here, let me just send you. You're gonna love this.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're still together apparently, from what I could tell.
Okay. Like I don't have my glasses on. I need to, okay, yeah, I need to look at that with my glasses on because I don't know what's happening here. Okay. Yes. So so happy Fat Friday's back, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye bye.